All right, let's do this.
I thought we were going with the pants.
But it's always
I mean-
it's always pantless. You just can't tell.
Yeah, I mean,
especially when the reviews are in the back seat.
well, unless you're sitting in the middle, then you can
Hey.
always tell.
Oh, like us three sitting in the back for White House Down, two on the other end jerking the guy in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, they seem really excited about this movie.
It's not that the movie was good. It's just it was an excellent hand job.
Yeah. That would have made seeing Die Hard 5 worth it. Too bad Brian wasn't in the fucking mood afterwards.
I know. God damn.
We mentioned this on the way up here where it was like, you know what? Two Guns is like the luckiest movie of the summer because it's coming a day after I saw Smurfs 2.
So
Like,
even if it's bad,
it's like, well, like,
it's not Smurfs 2.
at least it's not the movie I saw last night. It's not fucking Smurfs 2. Or like fucking like when Jake and I were at Turbo, where it was like, well, we were at Turbo, but at least we weren't at fucking Grown Ups 2. But honestly,
I'm glad I dodged that bullet.
honestly though, Smurfs 2 or no Smurfs 2, I thought this movie was a lot of fun.
It was really fun. It was really fun.
It is. It's a buddy movie. It's a hard R buddy movie. Very 90s.
This is like the summer of 90s movies.
Yeah. It's very 90s. It's like this would make a double feature with Gunman.
Bad Boys.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Money Train.
Yes.
Like if this movie were in the 90s, it'd be Woody and Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
And
They would have done good in those roles.
Yeah, they fucking would have. Mario Van Peebles and Lambert would have. But I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
This movie entertained my ass for a couple of hours.
No, it's one of those movies I'll never need to see it again.
Me neither,
But
really.
you know what? It was a really fun 2 hours.
It was. I laughed a lot. I thought the action was solid. The characters were incredibly likable. The movie is Denzel Washington is an undercover DEA agent. Mark Wahlberg is an undercover naval intel officer, and they've both robbed a bank that they end up stealing $43 million worth of corrupt-ass CIA money from sadistic motherfucking Bill Paxton.
Oh, God, Bill Paxton.
So it's a bunch of people chasing after Denzel and Wahlberg to get this $43 million. You got Bill Paxton forcing people to play Russian roulette, which is great, because the second time he does it, you know his fucking henchmen are standing there like again with the fucking Russian roulette. What is it with this guy in the fucking Russian roulette? But it was cool. Honestly, it was cool seeing Bill Paxton play a heavy.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah.
Bill Paxton, he's been in a lot of action movies, but he's usually when he's the comic relief. Usually when he pops up in an action. This one, he's the heavy, and he's still got some solid fucking lines, but he's intimidating in this movie.
He's great at it.
It's the best.
You can tell he's having a blast with it, too.
It's the best Bill Paxton and bunch of money movie since A Simple Plan.
It's certainly not nearly as fucking depressing. Goddamn Simple Plan.
What I like about this, and Edward James Olmos too, is the drug cartel kingpin with his fucking bulls, and probably breaking every fucking rib in Denzel and Wahlberg's body before he fucking
he pees on his
hands.
So he doesn't get blistered.
Yeah, and Wahlberg is worried about his fucking pee hands touching him. But you fucking touch me with those hands. It's a movie that
the basic story of it is so ridiculous and kind of far-fetched and goofy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, everyone in it's having so much fun.
They're having a blast in this movie.
Matter.
They're having a total blast in this movie.
Wahlberg was killing me, man.
Wahlberg killed it in this fucking movie.
He's fucking hilarious.
Between this and Pain and Gain, Wahlberg has been And I genuinely like the guy anyway. I dig the fuck out of Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is, to me, he's one of those actors where when the movie's really good, Wahlberg makes it even better. And when the movie's bad, Wahlberg makes it watchable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You know?
When he's got that fuck it look in his eyes, you know it's the least going to be entertaining.
Yeah. And he's hilarious in this. This is a fun action movie that is actors first, characters first. It's not about throwing in some giant spectacle every 5 minutes. It actually lets these characters grow. It lets them breathe. It lets them have chemistry with each other. They have fantastic chemistry in this movie.
They really do. Not only do they have chemistry, it's everyone they're on camera with, really.
Yeah.
They kind of have chemistry with, too.
The dialogue in this movie is fucking solid.
Yeah.
The back and forth between it's really funny. And it's a lot more than just throwaway one-liners. They're just funny guys. At the beginning of the movie, when Wahlberg and Denzel are in that restaurant and they're going back and forth ordering each other's food, but it's shit they don't like. And Wahlberg, like, bitching at the cartel henchmen for shooting at buried chickens up to their neck and shooting at their heads, and Wahlberg's giving them shit like, what are you doing? What are you fucking torturing chickens? And he's doing this while he's eating fried chicken. And so he's yelling at the fucking fat henchman, and he's saying, just because you stick your finger in your belly button and pull out brown stuff doesn't mean it's your asshole.
Which is a nonsensical line, but it's great.
He delivers it fucking well. And after that shootout,
there's this ridiculous shootout in a house that's in every shootout in this movie is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But they get in a car and they're driving away afterwards, and he's just sitting there very calmly goes, well, that was fucked up. Just like a nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good, and it's the movie's predictable. You
know exactly what's gonna happen.
Especially given that they put that "make it rain" line in the trailer, so you know how it's gonna end. You know that what he's gonna end up doing with the money because you see it in the trailer.
But at the same time, you spend most of the movie sitting there going, "Oh, I can't." How are they gonna get there, and is it gonna actually work as the payoff? And it kind of does.
Did. As stupid as that line is, in context to what he did, that worked. And I hate to say it because I think that term "make it rain" is fucking retarded, but in context, that actually kind of, and Denzel made that line work.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Denzel. I fucking love me some Denzel.
And but I liked that while certain aspects of it were certainly predictable, how situations end up were a little different than I would have thought. Like you were mentioning about the female.
I knew exactly where that was going from the beginning.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, the movie in itself is very, very telegraphed. As soon as you kind of get the plot synopsis down, which really it doesn't all pull together till about the halfway point, which is kind of the pacing with the plot, the storyline's a little off, but it's so fun that it didn't seem to matter that fucking much.
It didn't bother me that much either because the pacing is odd. Like it shows a scene at the beginning and then it's like 2 weeks earlier, but I got that because the scene at the beginning it established their characters.
No, and that's fine. I didn't question that. It's just. You know, with most action movies, you build slowly, and they would build to something, then drop back down, then build up, and then drop back down, and that was, it was a little distracting, because it didn't, just get to the end, because you're expecting the end to be this big action sequence, and to a degree, it was.
To a degree. I mean, it didn't suddenly turn into... Okay, it's like watching a big action sequence at the end of a Rodriguez movie. Is what it looks like. It wasn't like suddenly it turns into The Rock or something like that.
If it had been
that would have been way out of place. I see what you're saying about some of the pacing, but what made it not distracting for me was how much the actors carried it.
Oh no!
With lesser actors in this, and with lesser characters, honestly, because even these characters are good.
Yeah.
Because the dialogue is solid, and it especially makes it better that you have these really charismatic actors delivering it.
Yeah.
with lesser actors in it and a much lesser script, the same thing. Yeah, to me would have been fairly distracting, but for me like a train. But for me the actors and the performances really kept it moving for me. And the part where it's really telegraphed that this girl, that a female DEA agent that Denzel is sort of involved
his control
with.
Officer,
You know she's going to turn out to be in on setting them up to steal all of this money. But how it ends with that plot.
Yeah, her
was
part,
actually
once again kind of like unbelievable to a degree, but she pulled it off so well.
Yeah,
and it was a solid little performance, and
because it was weird to me, unless you can correct me, to me it was a little unbelievable that she would just kind of give herself up like that.
Oh, very much so. I mean,
okay, so that's not just me.
No, I mean,
all right. I didn't know if I missed something.
In movie sense, yeah, it's a little unbelievable. In reality, like, yeah, she's doomed from the fucking start. Like, but they're all doomed from the fucking start.
Yeah.
Like, it's a ridiculous setup. She's Denzel's boss, and James Marsden.
Yeah.
Who's actually really good in this.
He is!
Yeah, he's one of those dudes that I see him in movies and I'm like, alright, James Marsden's in this one.
Right.
But he was like in this, I'm just like, he's kind of badass.
Yeah, he was good in this, and I like how even though they really, really double-crossed Wahlberg, he's intent that they still have the money at the base. He's like, well, I know they shot at me, but I don't know that they weren't lying about taking the money back to the base.
Yeah. but James Marsden is Wahlberg's boss, and you know, Marsden and the chick are fucking, apparently.
Yeah.
And you know, when you get to that point where that kind of plays out, you're just like, really? Like that's the story, but the
movie's full of double crosses.
It just keeps playing along
Yeah.
at such a pace that you don't have time to really question it.
Not really.
It's distracting. You know?
Because it's the kind of movie that's built around a bunch of double crosses, and you expect a really silly one like that to pop up. I mean, we both did.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, how that ended, like it actually ended with her character having a little semblance of fucking dignity. Yeah. Whereas like a lesser script, hell, even some movies I've seen this year, would have had her just suddenly kind of becoming a femme fatale by the end of it. Like she pulls a gun and tries killing them, and suddenly she's like a co-head honcho in terms of the bad guys. It really wasn't like that, how it ended her storyline. That part was actually kind of dark, and but not out of place, but it was just a real human moment in the movie.
Very much so, especially, well, Denzel has a moment that is just... It's what I've always said about Denzel. He can be kind of over the top at times.
Oh, yeah.
Some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But even in over the top shit like this movie, he brings subtle, quiet moments of humanity to everything.
Yeah. And
that's what makes him a good actor. And you know sometimes he argues and has to go like, no, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Denzel's right.
Yeah, exactly. Because what happens is she just gets up and shot in the head while she's on the phone with Denzel Washington, and it's a really human moment when that could have just turned into just like a movie moment, and it really wasn't. It was very much like, I mean, not
There's
like
no
it, but it was
screaming at the sky.
Yeah, it was like it was, you know, like here's this, you know, fun, goofy action movie, but then this really kind of dark human moment happens. It was like when they killed off Riggs's girlfriend in Lethal Weapon 2, you know? When they killed off Patsy Kensit. It was, and so they end up freaking delivering her body to Denzel's fucking place. So he walks in and sees her shot in the head, and it's like what Dave said, and there's no like punching his fist through like a mirror or the window or something like that. His knees just kind of like buckle. It was a really solid acting moment.
Yeah, just kind of this quiet, mellow. It gave it a little gravitas.
I liked the banter at the beginning about how much to tip the waitress right before they just burned the place down.
Okay, yes, that's amusing.
I thought that was funny banter.
That's amusing and all. I want one screenwriter someday, ever, to get the percentage right.
Did they get the percentage wrong?
Yes.
What did they say?
They said 15%. I'll tell all you this now. I don't care where you're at. 15% to a waiter that does a good job is a fucking insult. 15% is an insult.
Yeah, but Wahlberg gave her the extra.
Well, that's his thing. No, 15%.
In the movie, his thing is to
18 to 20%, always.
Yeah.
And fucking servers in this country, we make less than minimum wage. Tip your goddamn servers.
Yeah. Even if you're about to torch the place.
Yes,
leave a good tip.
Well, it's a principle of the thing.
That's why I liked that scene. Like, it was just like a okay, they gave a shitty tip, but aside from that, it was the principle of leaving a tip, even though they are seconds away from burning this place. It was kind of like them like walking away and this kind of banter they had back and forth when the place is torching. It was like the Gecko brothers leaving the gas station at the beginning of Dusk Till Dawn. That was kind of cool. I liked it. I would recommend it. I agree with you in the sense that, like, I don't know when I would ever watch this again.
No, and I don't think it's necessary unless it's just like you're bored and it's on Netflix after you've seen it. But it's definitely I'd say it's worth the money. Go see it in a theater. Fuck it. Why not?
I don't regret seeing it
compared to half the fucking garbage that's out right now.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if you haven't gone to see it, go see Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie. Go see Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you've already seen Pacific Rim, go see this. Why not? I mean, it's a good time, and Wahlberg and Denzel, they carry this movie on their backs.
Oh wow. Yeah,
and they do a fantastic job. And just seeing Bill Pullman be
Paxton.
Why did I say Pullman?
Everyone does.
Fucking brain. Fucking Paxton kills it too. He's
Yeah.
awesome. This movie was a
Fred Ward.
Yeah.
Fred Ward fucking popping up. That was fun. He's in it like one scene. Like one scene, Fred Ward pops up. That was cool. I got a kick out of that. But yeah, this is like, in terms of silly action movies of the summer, so between like this and White House Down, this is way better.
Oh yeah.
This is heads or tails above White House Down. Like White House Down, when we were talking about White House Down, that was like, this movie is garbage, but it's funny garbage.
Yeah.
Like Two Guns is like, it's well written, the acting is solid. It's got a plot that certainly carries it for 90 minutes, hour, 40 minutes, however long it was. Like, it's goofy. It's a goofy ride. It would
be really easy to sit here and nitpick it
but it's
for an hour, but
that's not even the kind of movie.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, the success of this movie is whether you like the characters, whether you like their banter, whether you think it's funny, whether you are having fun with them throughout this action movie, and if you're positively entertained by it. And I was.
Oh, yeah.
I was.
I had a good time. I was laughing my ass off.
Me too. I was laughing my ass off at this thing. So I do recommend checking this out. We noticed this in the ending credits. It's based off of some graphic novel series. I don't know how it stacks up against that, but
and I hate to be ignorant about a comic book thing. I mean, I'm sure I've heard of it at some point, but I've certainly never read it. So, fuck, I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it was a good movie. It was fun. Like there was, it's I could say you're a nitpick, but it's pointless. I had a good time.
Me too.
Yeah,
I did, especially after Smurfs 2. Of fucking course. This movie could have been a piece of shit. It would have been Step Up from fucking Smurfs 2. You want to talk about the trailers, or you got anything else?
I'm done on the movie, I think. There's not a whole lot to say. It's just... When movies are bad, our reviews are so much longer.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Like, it's like you sit through the commercial to have us go, yeah, it was good.
When it's good, I mean, I don't know about you, but when it's good, and I'm sure I've mentioned this on here before, when it's good, I don't like running through the entire movie. I don't like, and I get that, like, I certainly do get people watching it and they want me, even though I like it, they want us to kind of run through the whole movie, but I don't like doing that when I really like the movie.
Yeah.
With a bad movie, hell, we spent an hour going through the entirety of After Earth, Lone Ranger.
Well, and all honest truth, we went through this whole movie
Oh, technically. Well, yeah, but when it's a bad movie, it's...
We went through the whole movie. We gave some stuff away.
Honestly, actually, you raise a really good point. We spoiled this a lot more than we usually do movies we like.
But the truth of the matter is, it's nothing you don't see coming in the first 20 minutes. So we're not really ruining anything. Like, this movie is telegraphed from the very beginning, and it doesn't really matter. Because you just end up going, fuck it, I want to watch these guys talk.
Yeah, you're right. It's in a kind of action movie like this. It's not like you're expecting like a twist. Like a movie like this. It's not like a movie like this is typically unpredictable. You know, a silly movie like this is like, okay, you know what's gonna happen. You just want to be entertained, and I dug it.
It's not the fucking Usual Suspects. It's okay.
All right, well, we'll be back with the trailers. Okay, we actually got quite a fucking few. What do we start with? Bad Grandpa?
Yeah,
Jackass presents Bad Grandpa?
Okay. It's gonna be stupid as fuck. I can't wait to see it.
You know what?
It's like an episode of Jackass and they put a plot to it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Exactly.
I laughed at the trailer. I did.
It's like a Borat-style kind of fucking movie with Johnny Knoxville and the old man makeup.
Yeah. What's so hilarious is 2 weeks ago, this didn't have an IMDb entry.
It's like they made it on the fly.
Here's what happened. It was supposed to come out in January, and Paranormal Activity 5 was coming out in October, but they pushed that back to January and switched its release date with this movie. Up until 2 weeks ago, this thing didn't even have an entry on IMDb, and suddenly it's got a full fucking trailer. You know what? I laughed at the trailer.
I laughed so hard at that fucking trailer.
I don't know how old that might get in a full-length movie, because
it'll get old really quick.
Yeah, because really and I like the Jackass movies. I do. I'm not ashamed to fucking admit that.
They're hilarious because they're that stupid.
Yeah,
and because they don't need a plot to be that stupid. And every time it gets, they keep moving your attention away from what happened last, so you don't have to keep thinking about it. This might not work because it has a storyline to it, and
because it'll be like 80 minutes at the most. Yeah, 80 minutes of the old man shtick, which.
But they gave him a little kid sidekick.
He has a little kid sidekick. That might be kind of funny, but even in like the Jackass movies, sometimes the old man stuff wore out its welcome a little bit. But you know what? In terms of the trailer, I laughed, and I like Knoxville. I like Jackass. I certainly hope it. I certainly hope it carries a movie.
And if nothing else, like. When you're done watching this, watch the trailer, because it is borderline. It's funny as hell, but it's just so wrong.
I am all for making fun of those fucking scum child pageant people, which they do in this trailer.
And it looks like it's half scripted and half like pranks.
Yeah.
So he's got this little kid, and they go to a child pageant. He dresses the kid in drag. The kid's doing the pageant, like singing a little friendly song. And
switches to cherry pie.
It switches to cherry pie, and the kid rips its clothes off, and he's wearing like a little stocking and garters, and he's gyrating. And Johnny Knoxville, as the old man, comes up and starts tossing ones at him.
I am fucking down for calling that shit what it is.
That shit's horrible.
Right fucking on. I'm totally cool with that. That was funny. We got there's the
Las Vegas. We got a brief trailer for
that. That was like a little like behind the scenes kind of thing at the beginning of it.
Yeah, well, it was a trailer. It just wasn't a good trailer. But yeah, the long form trailer of that looks adorable. It might
solid cast.
Yeah, really solid cast.
I'm all for seeing Kevin Kline in something.
And then we started getting like the Oscar movies trailers.
The Julian Assange movie.
The Fifth Estate.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I don't give a fuck about that dude, but I'll watch Cumberbatch play him.
You know what? It would be so ironic if that movie was leaked onto the internet a week before its release.
Oh my god. And you know what? They couldn't complain. They could not complain.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, it
And it will be leaked on the internet a week before its release. Every movie is.
It totally looks like Oscar bait. It might be a decent movie.
Cumberbatch should play the hell out of the part, because he plays the hell out of everything. So.
American Hustle. That looked good.
That looked... just from the first 30 seconds of that, Brad and I both went, in. So in.
70s, Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, David O. Russell, right?
David O. Russell. He took the couples from his last two big movies and put them in a movie together and put Jeremy Renner in it, too.
Put Jeremy Renner in it. It's in the 70s. Funky soundtrack. Sold.
There's all kinds of man perms. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking... All right, Bradley Cooper is this close to looking like blackface Tubbs. I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't disagree.
There was some. You said you got that Prisoners quite a bit at some of the movies you've.
Yeah, I've been getting that trailer a lot lately, and I don't think I've even bothered to talk about it that much because it always escapes my mind. But yeah, the Hugh Jackman, Terrence Howard, Paul Dano. Gyllenhaal. Which it looks like.
I think it looks good.
It looks good, but I've now seen that trailer so many fucking times that I'm just like fucking burnt out on it. I don't.
And this was you that must have been just at all the stuff you've gone to without me. I think this is only the second time I've gotten that.
Yeah,
trailer.
I've seen that exact trailer so many times, and with that cast and what seems to be the premise of the movie, I'm sure it's going to be a decent movie.
With the premise of it, I leaned over to Brian the first time and was like, wow, the prequel to Elm Street is really hard-hitting. Yeah. The end of it, they torch Fred Krueger. That would be a twist. Wow. There was one time I was listening to... I was listening to a podcast once, and one of the guys on there is someone who actually read the script for a proposed prequel to Nightmare on Elm Street that I think John McNaughton was in talks to do, or something like that. And a couple of the guys on the podcast were like, oh man, they should have fucking made that. They should have fucking made that movie. And the guy who read the script goes, dudes, no. I read that script. At the end of the day, it's 90 minutes of a dude diddling kids. I'm listening like, actually raises a really good fucking point. How the fuck are you gonna make a goddamn 90-minute Fred Krueger movie?
I don't want it. No one wants to see that. You just say it enough times to make him seem scary, and that's it.
Yeah. Make a 90-minute Charles Lee Ray prequel for Child's Play, like the events leading up to when Chris Sarandon chases him, and when he's just the strength. Oh yeah, I would totally be down for that. That one you're looking forward to.
The Counselor,
which is a great fucking trailer. You know more about it than I do, though.
It's Ridley Scott's new movie that's coming out, and it's the first screenplay written by Cormac McCarthy, who wrote the novels that. No Country for Old Men, All the Pretty Horses, The Road. He wrote all the novels that are based on that, and he's easily one of my favorite authors, and I personally think one of the best authors in the world.
Is this based on
no,
it's an original?
I looked. It's his first original story, first original screenplay, and to me that is it's Oscar bait because the motherfucker's gonna win. Like even if it's terrible, he's gonna win best screenplay. It's just gonna happen. I'll guarantee it now. Place your fucking Oscar bets. It's done. But it's probably gonna be fucking amazing.
I can't tell you what it's about, but
I have no idea. But the cast is outstanding.
It was a good trailer. The trailer certainly piqued my fucking interest. You got Fassbender in there.
Fassbender, Penelope Cruz, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz.
I thought
Javier Bardem. And I believe there's a couple other people in it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that movie.
There was something else that we got. Training Day, silly style. Ride along. Ride along.
Of the trailers we got today, that was by far the dumbest. But I want to see that movie so bad because I really like Kevin Hart.
I like Kevin Hart too, and you know what?
Because he's so little and angry.
He was very little and angry in it. And
it's like if Nick was black and smart.
right? You know what? I was amused by that trailer. Kevin Hart is funny, and Ice Cube works as a badass.
Yeah,
Ice Cube plays. He
is a badass.
He was
back in the day.
He still is. I think he still is. I think he still pulls his off. Hell, he doesn't look like he's aged a fucking day since in 20 years.
Yeah, point.
But he's the hard-edged cop. He takes Kevin Hart out for a ride along. I like
Kevin Hart wants to prove he's a man so he can marry Ice Cube's sister.
I mean, fucking XXX State of the Union aside, I like Ice Cube as a tough guy.
Yeah. Well, XXX State of the Union was just badly conceived.
Oh God.
XXX the first one was badly conceived too.
Oh man, the first one sucked. The second one was a masterpiece. Or I'm sorry, the first one was a masterpiece compared to the second one.
Yeah. But no, that movie looks so stupid, and in all reality, it probably won't live up to the trailers. But just Kevin Hart being silly for an hour and a half, I'm fucking in.
Being silly with tough guy Ice Cube.
I love buddy cop movies too.
So do I.
Yeah.
If the actors are good and the charisma is there, then I mean, hell, the movie we just saw.
Yeah. It was a stupid buddy cop movie. It really was.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Well, next weekend we're in Chicago, 8th through the 11th at Wizard World, and we'll have Jake's autographed Smurfs 2 jacket there for anyone who's interested. There's a couple movies that we're gonna miss. Well, there's 2 midweek releases next week. There's Percy Jackson and We're the Millers. Neither one I give a rat's ass about. I guess I'll be at We're the Millers because I didn't see the first Percy Jackson. So those 2 come out like on a Tuesday, and then the other movies, which is Elysium and Planes, come out on Thursday, and we're gonna be gone. We come back Sunday, and we'll just make up those other 2 movies during that week. One of those nights we'll get the group together and see Elysium, and Jake and Irving will have Planes. I can't even sit here and say, well, somebody will be at Planes.
We know exactly.
We know who's gonna be at Planes. I'm good. You good?
I'm good.
All right. We'll see you next time.